gentlemen, we are back live, and this is the round one of the Nexus $5,000 title bout eliminator. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, the ace of spades, Areta Gilbert.
Here he comes, one of the coolest customers to grace the stage. Lost a tight main event last time out here in Traralgon to Brad Trainer. Alongside him, Chase Haley, some of the best hands in kickboxing and Muay Thai in the country. The ace of spades, Areta Gilbert, Sam Greco.
And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, Pennimpede.
I think you're recalling the Les Clark fight there, a thunderous body shot.
I had a mind blank then, that's why.
Yeah. I know how excited you get when Les has a win, don't worry. I've been there. The opponent, first round for Gilbert. Making his way to centre ring. David Pennimpede. Now, he is the young up-and-comer along with Brad Trainer in this weight division of 79 kilos. We wait for him here in Traralgon. Just quickly, is there an advantage for Gilbert having fought in this stadium before?
Of course. 3 rounds, full tie rules in the light heavyweight division. Your referee in charge of this contest, Mr. Mark Cook. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, trained by Chase Haley, out of Team Hammerhead, wearing black tie shorts with white, an official weight 79.4 kilograms. He is the IKBF Victorian and Australian champion. 35 fights, 24 wins, 1 draw, 8 ending by knockout, representing Hoppers Crossing. He is the ace of spades, Areta Gilbert! And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, trained by Danny Jones, out of Khrop Khrua, wearing black tie shorts with green, an official weight of 78.6 kilograms. He's the WKA New South Wales state champion. 16 fights, 12 wins, 1 draw, 4 ending by knockout. Hailing from Wollongong, New South Wales, ladies and gentlemen, David Pennimpede. The third man is entering Mark Cook. Round one.
And here we go. So much said about this, the 4-man eliminator here at Nexus. So much written on Facebook, talked about face-to-face. A big crowd here at the Traralgon Sports Stadium. See Areta Gilbert in the footy shorts and Pennimpede in the fluoro green. Ringside, Sam Greco. It's going to be a hell of a ride.
Let's keep in mind full tie rules here.
You love your elbows.
I love the elbows. And just as I predicted, Brad Trainer closing the gap.
Yeah.
Stalking David.
I should...
He's very cool, calm and collective, Areta Gilbert.
Areta Gilbert, he is indeed, and very good with his elbows. He won't be too worried about this early pressure from Pennimpede. Firing off the right-hand elbows, Pennimpede, and just missed some good hands from the Hammerhead, Areta Gilbert.
Yeah, nice clean technique, beautiful inside leg kick there by David.
The first of 2 fights, Kim Olsen and Brad Trainer in what wets the lips. Up next, our second semi-final. Gilbert pushing off with the predictable hands. I'd like to see him kick more, and just as I say it, fires off.
One of the things I've just noticed, and I remember seeing this before, Areta Gilbert does not check leg kicks. Does not check. I've yet to see him check a leg kick tonight, but I haven't seen him really check leg kicks before.
Pennimpede does just that as you call for it, but none from Gilbert again, who wears one with a straight leg and all that weight over that supporting leg.
And he'll find that, as we said, it's a tournament style, so he needs to check those. He can't afford to be bruised up, because it might cost him a final fight if he gets through.
Both fighters looking for elbows towards the end of this first round. Not quite finding their range just yet. A real filling out process. Of course, Pennimpede coming from New South Wales, fighting in South Australia a lot. These guys have not seen this bloke.
No, not at all. Beautiful elbow there by Areta Gilbert.
Already a little mark above his left eye there, the eyebrow of Areta Gilbert. That's from the straight right of Pennimpede, and that right elbow he's firing straight up the pipe.
We'll say it again, nice body shot there by Areta Gilbert.
Danny Jones calling on Pennimpede to chop the leg, he does that. Calling for multiple knees, of course this one full tie rule, work for as long as they are actually working in that clinch.
And we go to a 3-minute round rather than a 2-minute round. Let's keep that in mind. So we've got that extra minute.
The winner, Sam, will have to fight 18 minutes of full-time rules in an evening. That is no mean feat.
No, especially with a break in between it.
Certainly not. Tend to swell up, according to the great champion. I'll have to take your word for it. We head towards the end of the first round. The hands of Gilbert have been slick, but Penimpede's been kicking quite well. And that step-up elbow, yet to find its mark. I think there'll be a place for it. When you did your analysis of Areta Gilbert before the Les Clark fight, did you identify a weakness perhaps in the conditioning or the midsection?
The only weakness we said to Les Clark before the fight was he doesn't check and he's just going to work his legs, and he's got to check, must check.
Round number 2.
Here we go, round 2, first semi-final. Areta Gilbert, black shorts with the ace of spades in the front. David Pennimpede from New South Wales with the fluoro green anklets.
Beautiful uppercut there by Areta Gilbert, found its mark straight through the centre. You see his timing for that left uppercut or that right uppercut works very, very well. Areta Gilbert calling David to come forward. He said, is that all you've got?
Got a good chin, does the ace of spades, because Pennimpede has been showering him with some leather early in this second round. Of course, this one, 3 by 3 minute rounds, and of course the winner of this going through to meet the winner of Ozan and Trejo. That's up next, and that'll be a final worth $5 grand.
I think Areta Gilbert's got to keep active there as close, because those knees do count. He can't afford to sit pretty there.
Doesn't look as conditioned around the midsection as his opponent, Areta Gilbert, but I know that he normally fights a fraction lighter than 79 kilos, so perhaps the cut not as to the bone as usual.
Yeah, David's carrying a lot of weight. No, I mean, when I say a lot of weight, a lot of muscle around his legs. He seems to have thicker legs.
Big tree trunks on Pennimpede. Maybe it's because he's got the shorts rolled up, showing the quads off like Sam Greco at the beach, I tell you. Wearing a lot of knees, very Thai style as Pennimpede, whereas Gilbert strikes you more as a bit of a kickboxer.
You saw some great hands there from Areta Gilbert, 3-4 punch combination, catching Pennimpede.
The knees, of course, scoring much higher. $5,000, that's a big purse. I mean, you've been a fighter manager.
It's a very big purse for this type of guys, and you know what, they're going to reap it here, they're going to work for it, you're going to work hard.
Certainly do. This one's sponsored by Carson Element. As we head into the deep water of the second round, Pennimpede for mine, perhaps scoring this round with probably about 20-odd knees.
It's a short elbow there by Pennimpede there in the clinch, using that clinch very, very well, and he's keeping active, and this is what the judges are going to see, and this is what the judges are going to score, that he is active in the clinch.
A little bit of claret. We've just got to identify the source of origin. It's all over the chest of Areta Gilbert. Can quite often be from the opponent, of course, leaning in.
Beautiful hands by Areta Gilbert. It just goes to show. I mean, look who he's got in his corner. He's got Chase Haley in his corner as one of his trainers. He's got beautiful hands. So it's just replicating it here. Areta Gilbert's just replicating that.
Beautiful hands again by Areta Gilbert, but then you balance that against this clinch dominance that Pennimpede is starting to show. Good to see Gilbert kneeing back. He's got to work when he's in that clinch. You've seen something, Sam?
Yeah, I think that cut is from Areta Gilbert's mouth.
He's just copped another step-up elbow. Penimpede's starting to find his range. I called it earlier. Gilbert, though, can fire the elbows. I saw him against Trent Hansen. They went for 2.5 minutes, flat out with just elbows.
David Penimpede's taken this fight right up to Areta Gilbert. Totally different from this first round into the second.
Who will book themselves a spot in the final? The Iron Fists of Team Hammerhead's Areta Gilbert, or Khrop Khrua Muay Thai's kneeing elbowing machine, David Pennimpede. Ringside with me here at Nexus is Sam Greco. This is an enthralling last round of a semi-final.
It is indeed. I mean, Areta's just copped 3 leg kicks without checking there. Penimpede's found his mark, he's found his distance, he wants to work it from a distance. He's obviously been told to be clean. That's exactly what he's doing. Oh, there's a reverse elbow by Areta Gilbert, just missing its mark.
I've seen him throw that one a few times, and it usually ends up in the other person having a little bit of a slip. Pennimpede going to work on the ribs again in the clinch. And really, Gilbert's got to stay at range because the clinch is not where he's best suited.
Gilbert's got to check and get those hands going, and he's got to find his mark. Very beautiful left hook there. He's got to find his mark very early into this. To me, it seems slightly behind at the moment, but if he wants this bad enough, he's got to take out those sleeping pills.
Full tie rules, this one, which means the kicks and kneeing is going to score in an accumulation point of view far faster than the hands of Gilbert. But as I said before, Gilbert's hands can end a man in a moment's notice.
I think Gilbert's trying to pull out those sleeping pills, the left and right. But Pennimpede, there's a beautiful takedown there. Both of them have gone down. But Pennimpede has found his mark. He's kicking left and right. He's punching cleanly left and right.
Particularly at this weight too, when you spend so much time in the grapple, it's quite hard to drag a man who's 80, 85 kilos by this stage around the ring for so long.
It is indeed. And the boys get tired. Techniques get a bit sloppier. This is where they've got to dig deep.
Thank you, Carbon Element, for your sponsorship of this particular event here at Nexus. Wonderful. Tonight, Stephen Baldacchino in the main event against Jake Bolden, who's a superstar from Queensland. Pennimpede continues to work the knees here, and Gilbert just needs to get back out at range because he's getting shut down and need to Kingdom Come Town.
Both of these guys have shown true Thai style, full Thai style with knees and elbow. They've given it everything, and they still are.
Another one that could have been fought in the phone box. I often ask for the teep, the push kick and the straight. Areta Gilbert seems to have his money on that left hook. It's a delicious shot when it comes off.
He's got that money on the left hook and the right hand. Pennipede's got low kicks. He's got elbows, left and right. They're coming from everywhere.
Look at the lead thigh of Areta Gilbert. Even with his darker skin tone, it's almost purple at this stage.
And if he gets through, this is what might stop it.
Starts to cork, it clots up, yep. Very tough is Areta Gilbert, make no bones about that. Chase Haley screaming at him to let his hands go. He's got less than 30 seconds, you would think, to change the judge's mind, because for mine, for the most part, it's been Pennimpede working.
Well, in this round, Pennimpede picked it up in the second round, into this third round, finding his mark. But all credit to Areta Gilbert. He's given it everything he's got. This goes to the judges. This will be a close one.
I want to tell you about this 4-man tournament.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we've
got to set a ring for a result.
All three judges scored the contest 7-27. Your winner and moving through to the final, blue corner, Xavier.
Not a single round scored for Areta Gilbert. I find that interesting.
Yeah, I find that very interesting. I probably gave Areta Gilbert the first round. I gave Pennimpede the second and the third. Rightfully so, he did win. Take nothing away from Areta Gilbert. Tough. He tried. That's all he